Please welcome to the stage Dr. Scott Price, Riverside County Associate Superintendent.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 2026 Riverside County State of Education Address by our County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Edwin Gomez. The music this morning was performed by the Great Oak High School Jazz Group. Please join me in giving them a big round of applause for today's performance. We also extend our sincere appreciation to the students, educators, and partners who made our future-proof showcase a success. Weren't you amazed at what you saw? Let's give them a big round of applause. And now we would like to invite the Banning High School California Cadet Corps to present colors. The national anthem will then be sung by Ariana Estrada from Norte Vista High School and performed in American Sign Language by Ray Alvarez, Mira Frost, and Jaden Gamache from the California School for the Deaf Riverside. At this time, we invite you to please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you again to our incredible students. You may now be seated. Speaking of talented students, we would like to give a special thank you to Norco High School for designing the floral centerpieces for today's event. At this time, we would also like to acknowledge Dr. Gomez's wife, Jessica Gomez, who is joining us today. And now we are honored to have many dignitaries with us here this morning. From the Riverside County Board of Education, President Kim Cousins, Vice President Ben Johnson, and trustees Jamie Aspasia Sachs, Bruce Dennis, Ray Coach Curtis, Elizabeth Romero, and Jennifer Mijares Pham. I would also like to invite members of Dr. Gomez's cabinet from the Riverside County Office of Education to please stand and be recognized. We are fortunate today to have many special guests in attendance. I will ask specific groups to briefly stand when announced. Can we have all elected officials or their representatives to please stand now? We thank all of these officials for their support of Riverside County students and educators. We would also like to acknowledge our school district superintendents and higher education partners from colleges, universities, and community colleges. Please stand and be recognized. And our work would not be possible without collaboration from our employee associations. If you are a leadership member of an employee association, please stand and be recognized. This morning, we are excited to welcome our 2026 Riverside County Teachers of the Year and Educators of the Year. Congratulations once again to these extraordinary educators. Also joining us this morning is former Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Judy White. Let's give her a big round of applause. And finally, we would like to acknowledge the generosity of our sponsors, School First Federal Credit Union, First Five Riverside County, the law offices of Margaret H. Idester and Associates, the Rubric Platform, and the Western Riverside Council of Government Inland Regional Energy Network. We extend a sincere thank you to all of the donors who supported today's event. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Jamil Dada, a leader in our community who serves the county in a variety of ways. Mr. Dada is the current chairman of the Riverside County Workforce Development Board. Through partnerships with business, local government, and community-based organization and education, the Workforce Development Board serves as the pipeline for skilled labor force and long-term economic growth in our region. Please welcome Mr. Dada to the stage to share his thoughts on how we are supporting students to enter the workforce. Mr. Dada.
I love this. Ready for college, ready for career, ready for anything, right? Anything. What a novel idea. Riverside County State of Education, Riverside County Workforce Development Board. I want to start by acknowledging several of my Workforce Development Board team are here somewhere I can't see because the lights are bright at table 18. Thank you for joining me. I want to start by thanking Superintendent Gomez, the Board of Education, all the educators in the room. Because without the work that you do, we would be out of business because we would have nobody to prepare for the workforce. So thank you, everybody. And the educators, we refer to educators as the architects of the future because you're shaping not just the students, but you're shaping entire communities. When we talk about the future of Riverside County, we are really talking about our young people and the systems that we build around them. Let's take a quick look at realities. That all of our youth have to face all of these challenges. The critical transition period for young people is from age 16 to 24, navigating high school completion, post-secondary education, career decisions, and economic independence. They face multiple barriers. We have disconnected from school to work, first-generation college students, foster youth, justice-involved youth, opportunity youth. We need to emphasize the urgency Because if we miss this window, we risk losing a generation of talent, because we know we have amazing, talented young people in our county. But when we get it right, we change lives, and we also strengthen our regional economy. Now let's touch on where workforce and education missions intersect. Education doesn't end at graduation. It opens the doors. Workforce development doesn't start at a job. It starts with exposure, with preparation, and with confidence. Together, we create something powerful, pathways that turn potential into purpose. When education and workforce systems move together, young people no longer will fall through the cracks. They will rise. We need programs that change lives. We need career technical education and work-based learning, so we make learning real and relevant. Connect students to industries that are growing right here in Riverside County. We have Workforce Board youth programs that we also manage. They include paid work experience, mentorship, credentials, and coaching. Wraparound support that says, we won't give up on you. These programs work because all of you, the educators, who open doors and partner with us to walk along with the students. Inspiration must be matched with access. Every young person, regardless of their background, of the zip code they grew up in, or circumstance, they all deserve a fair shot, especially the opportunity youth, the foster youth, the justice-involved youth, the youth with disabilities. No young person is invisible. No dream is out of reach. Clearly, the future of work is changing. Everybody's talking about it. But the one thing we know is that the future does belong to our youth, whether it's automation, artificial intelligence, the green economy, or even the normal businesses like healthcare, logistics, advanced manufacturing. Our youth must be adaptable, credentialed, and yet they have to be career ready, not just job ready. We're talking careers, not just jobs. With the right preparation, they will lead innovation, they will strengthen our economy, they will build communities that we're proud to hand over to them. Our job is to meet them where they are and to help see how far they can go. In closing, gratitude to all the educators and all the partners in the room. You are shaping not only students, but the future workforce of Riverside County. And the Riverside County Workforce Development Board stands ready as a partner, convener, and champion for youth. You have our commitment for that. When education and workforce development move together, our young people don't just graduate, they thrive. So let's do this. Thank you, and God bless everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Dada, for your powerful words. Now, please continue to enjoy your lunch, but before you do that, let's celebrate the extraordinary Convention Center team for their service. Thank you. We look forward to continuing the program shortly.
And now, please welcome to the stage from the Moreno Valley Unified School District, the Canyon Springs High School Madrigals.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out. Move mountains and go right. silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll bring the world to its feet and move mountains. Bring it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up high like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I'll rise up and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. We'll rise up high like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up and we'll do it 1,000 times
Please welcome to the stage Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Edwin Gomez.
Thank you. Let's give our singers a big round of applause. Weren't they amazing? Wow, they were truly inspiring. But good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 2026 Riverside County State of Education. It's so wonderful to see all of you here today. And before we go any further, I do want us to pause and recognize the people who make education a possibility every single day. And they are our amazing educators, our wonderful school board members, and community partners. So let's give them a big round of applause today. Now, before I turn to the theme of today's State of Education, I want to begin with some important context. When we talk about future-proof, our focus often shifts immediately to things such as technology, job skills, and the development of resumes, all important elements that are extremely vital. But future-proof does not begin there. It begins with an honest look at the world that our students are growing up in and in the conditions that are shaping their lives today. And with that said, if the state of California were to be a country, it would be the fourth most prosperous economy in the world, better than Japan, India, France, Italy, and so many other nations. We truly live in the most affluent state in the country. And that prosperity represents enormous opportunity and promise. But when you look at Riverside County, we see a region filled with resilience, potential, and hardworking families. And yet, when it comes to opportunity and economic stability, our reality is a bit different. We face challenges that other regions do not specifically have in the area of poverty. We have a poverty rate higher than most of our surrounding counties. And today, I'm going to give you a couple of facts that illustrate the impact that poverty is having in our region. So to begin, there are some jobs available in Riverside County, predominantly in industries like logistics and warehousing, but they simply do not pay a living wage. The median wage for warehouse workers is around $19 an hour, and this is insufficient to even afford a two-bedroom apartment in our county. Next, research shows that a living wage for a family of 4 in Riverside County is estimated at about $135,000. However, nearly 30% of households earn less than $50,000 per year. So these are important facts that define the realities in our county. And I believe they call us not to despair, but they call us to purpose and to action. Because the most powerful and the most lasting way to expand opportunity is by providing a strong education for our students, and that right there is what it means to be future-proof. How many people believe that today? Now, the good news is that in Riverside County, we do have the highest high school graduation rate in the state of California. And that's because of you and the amazing educators that we work with. But future-proof does not end at graduation. I believe that's what Jamil talked about this morning. I would argue it's just the next chapter of the journey. Right now, about 47% of our students go on to higher education, while others pursue a career pathway. And that means that many young people are stepping into very different futures. Some are working entry-level jobs. Others are still finding their footing and their next steps. And with that in mind, I want us to picture something together. Imagine a student approaching a bridge. Behind them is everything they already know, and in front of them is a future filled with possibilities that we cannot fully predict. There will be jobs that do not yet exist, technologies that are still being invented, and in order to be successful, students have to cross that bridge. And our role is to make sure that they are ready for whatever path lies ahead, and this preparation is what our state of education is about. Now, all of us know what waterproof means. We know what fireproof means, and we understand the idea of bulletproof and tamper-proof. Each one denotes the same thing. It is intentional design so that damage, failure, or uncertainty can't get in. And when we talk about future-proofing education, we are talking about solidifying the preparation of our students so that failure, complacency, and ambiguity does not creep in. And this transformation of sealing the future for our students is already happening across Riverside County. Innovative programs are taking flight, college-going cultures are growing stronger, and career pathways are aligning with real workforce needs. And today, you will hear directly from extraordinary students whose stories represent the future that they are building. You will meet educators and community partners who are turning vision into action. And in today's presentation, we will address the three key pillars of the future-proof concept. We will begin with Ready for College, then we will move to Ready for Career, and finally, we will conclude with Ready for Anything. So, if future-proof is about preparation, then college readiness is one of our strongest tools. And our first section this morning, or this afternoon, focuses on Ready for College. Now, college pathways are taking shape long before students reach graduation in Riverside County. In the Moreno Valley Unified School District, where are you, Moreno Valley? There you are, all right. A dual enrollment partnership with the Riverside Community College District is removing barriers to higher education. The partnership began with 8 college course sections and now has grown to over 20 classes, and enrollment is up 80% since 2021. Outstanding. These courses are free and access is intentional, and the results are outstanding. Nearly 9 out of 10 students are passing their college courses, and for first-generation college students, this intentionality has transformed hope into reality. Let's give Moreno Valley a nice round of applause. We see this same approach in Palo Verde Unified, where a rural community responded to limited access by bringing college courses directly onto the high school campus. In 2022, there was just one single psychology course, and now this venture has expanded into multiple college courses being offered on site. And this is an example of creating a future-proof environment at the community level when schools, colleges, and local leadership work together to remove barriers instead of waiting for students to overcome them. Congratulations, Palo Verde. In the New View Union School District, college readiness is built into the school day not by chance, but by design. Hear this: 100% of ninth graders are enrolled in college coursework. I think that's pretty amazing. From day one, students are both high school first-year students and college scholars. They attend classes at Moreno Valley College and learn how to meet college-level expectations. And the impact is clear. Students graduate having completed advanced coursework. Many earn associate degrees and are fully prepared to transfer to four-year universities by the time that they turn 18. Congratulations to the New View Union team. So, in Riverside County, we are fortunate to have many charter schools meeting the specific and unique needs of students. At Gateway College and Career Academy, being ready for college, and there they are back there, means redefining what is possible. Nearly 90% of students who arrive at Gateway are credit deficient, and some are close to walking away from school altogether, and yet, by graduation, every student has earned college credit, with some earning up to 60 units. Located on the Riverside City College campus, higher education is not a distant dream. It is their daily reality. Gateway is more than a second chance. It's a launch point. And this is the power of high expectations, because when you have high expectations, students do not just recover credits, they reclaim their future. Congratulations, Gateway Charter. Excellent job. Now, college-going awareness starts even earlier in the desert-centered Unified School District. In one of the most remote communities in California, every single student from TK through 8th grade participates in AVID. College readiness is incorporated into daily learning from the earliest grades. Students visit college campuses, they explore careers, and even the youngest learners confidently speak about who they want to become in life. And this is how future-proofing takes hold, when educators refuse to let geography or circumstance limit opportunity. Thank you, Desert Center. The word access is a theme that you will hear woven throughout our stories today, because access is what turns potential into possibility, and possibility into success. And right here in Riverside County, that commitment to access is setting the pace for the rest of the state. Launched in 2024, the CSU and Riverside County Direct Admissions Pilot provides students with guaranteed pathways into the California State University system. And this process has now expanded statewide. In just 1 year, the program generated nearly 1,500 additional applicants, more than 1,400 new admissions, and a 4% increase in A through G completion. Riverside County students also receive a free application fee waiver, saving families in our region more than $1.3 million. And this is leadership at the local level with broad impact, because what strengthens Riverside County also strengthens the state of California. So what you've just heard makes one thing clear. Being ready for college is not about a single program, it's about a mindset. It's a promise that access is real, expectations are high, and students are supported every step of the way. And the best way to understand what that looks like is to hear directly from a student living that promise. So now it's my pleasure to introduce an amazing young person representing Riverside Unified School District about what it means to be ready for college. Please help me welcome Arlington High School senior Besem Benyamin and RCOE's Chief Academic Officer Amanda Cordon to share his experiences. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Besem, it's so great to have you with us. Thank you for being here. Thank you. When we talk about being future-proof, we're talking about students who are equipped with the knowledge, the skills, and basically the real-world experiences that you need to adapt and to thrive in this ever-changing world. It's about confidence, it's about resiliency, and being truly prepared for what comes next. Now, we just spoke about ways that schools across our county are preparing students for college. But Besem, please share a little of your story with me and explain how the Riverside Unified School District has prepared you for college.
So first off, hello. As you've heard, my name is Besem. I go to Arlington High School here in Riverside Unified School District. And I have been fortunate to have an interest in medicine for a while ago. And I have kind of been prepared by the Riverside Unified School District and by Arlington in a lot of ways. One of those primary ways that stands out to me is through a program that we offer called CCAP Dual Enrollment Fast Track to Nursing. And this is beyond regular dual enrollment because we actually go in person to RCC, and there we take classes with a lab component. And this is a class like anatomy and physiology, all these advanced classes that are going to transfer directly to CSU or to UC. And this has allowed me to gain almost 60 units of college credit, and I'm going to enter and have mid or late sophomore standing, which is super great. On top of that, I've had a lot of mentorship from my peers, which is something that I truly appreciate.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's so impressive, and it's truly inspiring to hear how intentional you've been about your journey so far, so thank you. Now, in your experience, you heard Dr. Gomez talk a little bit about future-proof. What do you feel has made you future-proof?
One main thing that has kind of been involved in making me future-proof is a program that we offer at Arlington at various other sites than RUSD called Biomed, which is a biomedical sciences program, and also attached to it is HOSA, which stands for Health Occupation Students of America. And what this is it allows me to compete in various events that relate to the biomedical field with students from other parts of California and internationally, from places such as China, South Korea, places such as that. And I've been very fortunate to win second place in the state of California with my team, and that has kind of helped me finalize what I want to do specifically with my career, which is medicine, which actually I've been very fortunate to be accepted to med school as well out of high school, which is something that was directly made possible by that. It's something that I am very grateful for. Only, again, possible by the opportunities provided to me. And we also have a lot of industry certifications that we gain through these programs. So, for example, I'm certified with BLS, which is CPR, and also Stop the Bleed. And these are things that are relevant if I was to go into, for example, med assisting straight after high school. Which is great opportunities that are provided to students is something that I would like everyone to experience.
Wow, that is amazing, Besem. Thank you. Just so powerful. Thank you for sharing that. It's clear that your experiences have had such a meaningful impact on your journey. Now, there is a room full of educators and community leaders here today. What would you share with them to encourage them to keep doing this meaningful work on behalf of students?
I would like to emphasize the importance of making connections with young people. If you're an educator, if you're a business partner, it's always going to be important. Because when I look back at the teachers or other educators that I can say, if I become like them in the future, that I'd be happy with my life, or that have been role models instrumental in shaping who I am, it's been not just necessarily educators who have always given me candy or been the nicest. It's been the ones that have kind of gotten to know me as a person and who have always kind of been invested into my learning and into my life. And that just resonates with the student in a way that nothing else really can. And it's going to allow educators to shape students into great people and to people who are going to have a very filling role within their society. Again, this doesn't just apply to educators, apply to business partners as well. I encourage everyone to make connections with the youth, with young people.
Wow, such powerful words, Bessem. Thank you so much for your insight and for representing what's truly possible when preparation meets opportunity. We really appreciate having you here today. Let's give another round of applause for Bessem and the Riverside Unified School District. Now, what you just heard is happening for thousands of students across the county in classrooms and communities, both big and small. To see what readiness truly looks like in action, let's watch a video highlighting programs that prepare students for success in college.
Fantastic video. Let's give Amanda and Bessem another round of applause for sharing those powerful experiences. And thank you, Riverside Unified, for the tremendous work in supporting your students. So as we shift from college readiness to career readiness, one truth becomes clear. Future-proofing students is not about degrees, it's about providing opportunities that lead to a thriving future. Here, in Riverside County, the workforce is changing rapidly. New industries are emerging, and local employers are looking for graduates with technical skills, problem-solving abilities, and significant world experience. At Beaumont Unified School District, the medical arts pathway is a powerful example of what future-proofing students truly looks like in action. One campus space has been transformed into a free, non-contact boxing fitness program for adults living with Parkinson's disease or patients that are dealing with neurological challenges or recovering from a stroke. Each participant is paired with a high school student who provides encouragement, physical support, and human connection during a 90-minute session. Before students ever work with participants, they complete 2 years of training in CPR, fall prevention, dementia awareness, nutrition, and exercise assistance. Students are not only gaining clinical skills, but they are building empathy and professional responsibility, and this is career readiness with purpose. Thank you, Beaumont students. In the Jurupa Unified School District, students are preparing for a future that is already here. The automotive industry is going electric, and students are not just building one electric car, but 2 electric vehicles. Throughout this process, students are learning cutting-edge technical skills, collaboration, and solving problems that mirror real industry challenges. And this is how future-proofing works. Educators teaching students how to be successful in evolving industries. Great work, Jurupa Unified. In the Menifee Union School District, students begin exploring their passions early. A vision that started with a single TK through 8th grade academy is now being adopted district-wide. The goal is simple: align learning with career exploration. Elementary schools throughout the district are integrating pathway concepts into their programs, creating seamless growth for students throughout middle school. Pathway options include robotics and animatronics, film and media, and engineering, amongst others. Just last month, Hans Christensen Middle School transitioned to providing a progressive and integrated learning experience for their scholars from TK through 8th grade, and that commitment does not stop there. In partnership with their high school district colleagues, every student is guaranteed, by working with high school district partners, amazing programs are being aligned to standards and increasing their educational experience, and that supports college and career success from the youngest learners to their graduates. And this is a powerful reminder that it's never too early to be future-proof. Wonderful work, Menifee Union. In the Coachella Valley Unified School District, students in the School of Tourism are gaining behind-the-scenes access to one of the region's most vital industries. Through partnership with Visit Greater Palm Springs, the La Quinta Resort, and world-class events like the BNP Paribas Open, students are exposed to professional environments many adults never see. These students are not just learning about hospitality, they are learning how to communicate and to lead in high-profile environments. Let's give CVUSD a big round of applause. Now, career readiness means giving students the chance to apply their learning in real ways. In Temecula Valley Unified, students are doing exactly that through their career technical education program in regenerative agriculture. Students partner with local growers and work alongside industry professionals. They analyze soil, study irrigation, explore crop development, and learn sustainable pest management. Students have taken this knowledge and transformed a hillside at Temecula Valley High School into a regenerative farm, and they grow fruits, vegetables, and herbs that go straight into the kitchen where culinary CTE students prepare delicious meals. And this is not a simulation, it's hands-on learning with real results. And students connect their education directly to future opportunities, and this is the power of career readiness. Exceptional job, TVUSD. The Paris Union High School District is expanding access to career pathways that are aligned with regional workforce needs. New pathways, including residential and commercial construction, are preparing students for immediate employment in high-demand fields through partnerships with organizations like the Western States Carpenters Union. At the heart of this work is the partnership itself, bringing industry into the classroom and students into the workforce. Congratulations, Paris Union. And our team here at the Riverside County Office of Education is also expanding opportunities for Riverside County. Through pre-apprenticeship and full apprenticeship programs, Riverside County now serves 70% of all California students enrolled in these pathways, which is the highest participation rate in the state. I think that deserves a big round of applause. Last year alone, 25 graduates earned paid hands-on experience, and they immediately used that experience to join the partnerships that were created by the Launch Apprenticeship Network. Taken together, these programs tell a powerful story. Students are given the chance to grow their curiosity, experience new things, and contribute in a meaningful manner. Thank you, RCOE team. When we look across Riverside County, a clear pattern emerges. Every opportunity we create for students begins with an educator who chooses to see their potential. And today, representing the Palm Springs Unified School District and the Corona Norco Unified School District, please help me welcome two educators who live this commitment every single day, Dr. Karen Dimmick from PSUSD and Mr. Bob Mauger from CNUSD. Let's give them a big round of applause as they make their way up here.
Oh, thank Thank you, Dr. Dimick, Mr. Mauger. Thank you so much for being here today and for the leadership you provide to your students every day. We really appreciate you. So we just explored how throughout Riverside County, our schools are future-proofing students. And it's not just about a single job, it's about building the skills necessary to succeed in the workforce. So for those that may not be familiar with the work that you do, tell us how the programs in your districts prepare your students for whatever the workforce may need.
Thank you, Amanda. Here at Palm Springs Unified School District, we are deeply committed in our vision for student success so that they may fulfill their dreams in college, career, and also in life. How we do that is through the Portrait of a Graduate, which is a framework for the future. We have designed this process and this framework through community-led collaboration and input. And through that, we've asked questions as, what are the essential skills that are needed for our students to be successful in the career world? What are those higher ability skills? And through that community process, we designed a Portrait of a Graduate focused on collaboration, communication, problem solving, and work ethic.
Amazing, thank you for that.
Yes.
And Mr. Mauger, same question.
At Corona Norco Unified School District, we have 72 teachers that are running CTE pathways in 13 industry sectors that also include having dual enrollment and articulated classes in pre-apprenticeship and youth apprenticeship programs. So our CTE teachers are preparing students to be successful in many different careers, including aviation, HVAC, engineering, welding, woodworking, medical, law enforcement, of course, my awesome automotive technology program. And in my program, my students have opportunity for a 3- and a 4-year pathway where they're earning industry-recognized certifications, including being ASE certified before they graduate. Now, I don't expect all of my students to want to be automotive technicians, but I want them to be successful in whatever career path they choose, and for them to be respectful and responsible, to give back to the community, and to just be a good human.
Yes, thank you so much. It's very clear that both of these districts and programs are intentionally designed to connect learning with real-world experiences, so thank you for that. Dr. Dimick, question is for you. Workforce partners say that they can tell when students have prior professional experience. How do you prepare your students to enter professional environments for the first time, and what expectations do you set early on to help them understand workforce demands?
Thank you. In our over 20 pathways in our career technical education programs, we are purposeful in preparing our students for success and applying those skills that I mentioned earlier. But also, we can't do it in silos. Powerful partnerships are extremely important. I'd like to highlight that many people in this room have been instrumental in making that possible for our students. From a partnership with our hospitals, Eisenhower and Desert Regional, our community colleges, we are able to really develop and support our future nurses and our doctors. Through early college credit, we are supporting our future nurses. Through industry tours, we are really fulfilling the opportunity for our students to see themselves in these careers. We're partnering also with our intermediary, One Future, our Palm Springs Air Museum, to support our future pilots and air traffic controllers so that they're seeing career exposure in their communities, seeing themselves in what's possible in the future. And lastly, we are leveraging our industry certifications, which is extremely beneficial for our students. While they're in high school, they are earning CompTIA certifications, CERT certifications, first aid and CPR, ASE for automotive, the list goes on. And this equips our students for success in their careers.
Wow, so powerful and so great for students. Thank you for sharing that. Mr. Mauger, we often get asked by community leaders how they can support students. I'll say it again, we have an incredible group here in front of us today. What are some ways that they can get involved?
Funding is one of the most important things for these programs, for us to stay up with technology and provide the industry standard tools and equipment so students can transfer directly into the workforce. But more importantly, we need businesses to open their doors and allow students to see what their businesses are like and take tours and have these leaders come in and be guest speakers in our programs, and to offer internships and apprenticeships to give them the real world experience before they actually get out into the industry.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Dr. Dimick, Mr. Mauger, thank you so much for being here today, for the dedication and the vision that you bring to this work in both Palm Springs and Corona Norco Unified. You know, your work is truly helping to ensure our students are not only prepared for jobs, but prepared for meaningful careers and lifelong success. So thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Now let's take a look at some of the innovative programs that are giving students hands-on experiences and connecting them directly to the workforce of the region.
Excellent video. Thank you, Karen and Bob, for representing the amazing work taking place in Palm Springs and in Corona Norco Unified School Districts. Now, what does it mean to be ready for anything? When our students are ready for anything, they are resilient, they possess tenacity, and they embrace ingenuity and entrepreneurship, which are important 21st century skills. The truth is, the modern world is changing very rapidly. One recent study predicts that this generation of students will have 18 jobs in at least 6 different career fields. So with that in mind, it behooves us to have schools that develop future-proof leaders, young people with a relentless mindset to rise to any challenge, to adapt, to overcome, and to excel. And this is what it means to be ready for anything. At the California School for the Deaf Riverside, being ready for anything begins with communication and confidence. Our students don't just learn in classrooms, they compete on the world stage. In Tokyo, Japan, CSDR students represented the United States at the Deaf Olympics and brought home 4 gold medals and 1 silver. Great job. But the real victory was not the accolades, it was the discipline, the sacrifice, and the preparation needed to be extraordinary. These experiences do not just build champions, they build leaders. Young people who perform under pressure, who adapt and rise to any occasion, and this is what it means to be ready for anything. Congratulations, CSDR. In the Paris Elementary School District, readiness begins early. At Good Hope Elementary, every kindergarten student participates in the All Kids Bike program. Students are provided with helmets, bikes, and with hands-on training to develop their skills. Along the way, they develop resilience, they set goals, they learn confidence and responsibility. And this spring, the program is expanding to every elementary school in the district. This is how we prepare students, not just for the next grade level, but this is how we prepare them for life. Let's give Paracel a nice round of applause. Readiness does not end with individual students. It must be designed into the very systems that shape their daily experiences. In the Hemet Unified School District, being ready for anything begins with leadership that sets a clear vision and moves with purpose in the face of challenges. HUSD's Daily Huddle program, honored with a Golden Bell Award by the California School Boards Association, brings school site and district leaders together every single morning to examine real-time student data, solve problems in the moment, and deploy support before small gaps become bigger issues. This disciplined leadership is consistent and focused and creates clarity for adults, stability for schools, and confidence for students. And as adults model collaboration and resolve, students learn that readiness is not a motto, but it's a practice to emulate. And this is how strong systems develop strong learners, young people who are resilient and ready for whatever comes next. Excellent work, Hemet Unified. In the Marietta Valley Unified School District, readiness is not left to chance, it is built with intention. The district has created a K-12 continuum empowering students to chart their own path in college, career, military, trade, or in the workforce. And this process starts in 9th grade. Every student completes an aptitude and career discovery program centered on 3 questions. Who am I? What do I want? And how will I get there? From those 3 questions, students build personalized 10-year plans, refined each year through intentional coursework, and are aligned with career technical education pathways. Since 2021, more than 6,000 assessments have been completed, turning insight into direction. And this is readiness in action. It is clarity of purpose and a plan to pursue it. Amazing job, Marietta Valley Union School District. Being ready for anything means planning ahead so nothing stands in the way of a thriving future for our students. Through our financial literacy initiative, Riverside County is leading California in connecting students to CalKids college savings accounts worth up to $1,500. One exceptional example of a district going above and beyond the call of duty is Val Verde Unified. Last year, LaSalle Elementary became the first school in California to achieve 100% participation and enrolling their students in CalKids savings accounts. I think that deserves a big round of applause. And this is bigger than a savings account. This is about financial literacy. Students learning how money works and understanding the concepts like the power of income, credit, and interest. And when students learn these elements, they begin to see how today's decisions shape tomorrow's opportunities, and this is a promise of a future-proof future. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now, financial literacy and a concrete understanding of the impact finances have on our lives are critical to ensuring a thriving future for our students. But being ready for anything also means embracing creativity. It means understanding the arts and recognizing the passions that allow us to take education beyond the pages of a book and turn them into immersive, lived experiences. So today, before we continue with our district highlights, we would like to share the personification of readiness as we enjoy a musical performance by the Rubidoux High School String Quartet. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Wow, let's give them another round of applause. We have amazing students in Riverside County, and that's a great example of how magnificent our students are. So as we have seen throughout the day, to be ready for anything means a commitment to every student. In the Romaland School District, students receiving special education services are learning and leading alongside their peers. One powerful example is Callista Musselman. In her 5th grade classroom, she is a trusted helper, passing out materials, supporting classmates, and contributing with confidence. Callista's growth reflects an inclusive model that she has experienced since preschool, one that builds independence and ensures students learn together and not apart. But her story is not the exception. Across Romaland, students in special education are developing independence, adaptability, and empathy alongside their peers, ensuring that every student is ready for anything. I do believe Callista is in the house today. Where are you, Callista? If you can just stand, wave, let's give her a nice acknowledgement. And thank you, Romaland. Fantastic. In the Alvord Unified School District, readiness comes to life through service. Students do not just study leadership, they practice it. They plan events, mobilize volunteers, and partner with community organizations to meet real needs. Each year, they contribute nearly 20,000 hours of service. That deserves a nice round of applause right there. At Norte Vista High School, that commitment earned them the 2025 Civic Learning Award of Excellence, California's highest honor for civic education. In Alvord, students don't just learn civic responsibility, they lead through it, and through service, they learn that they have the power to shape the future ahead. Amazing work, Alvord Unified. In the Desert Sands Unified School District, leaders recognized early that artificial intelligence would reshape learning and work. So instead of reacting to change, they chose to lead it. Over the past 3 years, they studied emerging technologies, partnered with educators and students, and built a comprehensive AI toolkit to guide responsible use. This was not about chasing trends, it was about setting clear expectations and ethical guardrails so that technology strengthens learning and does not replace it. Students are not just learning to use AI, they're learning to question in it, to evaluate it and apply it responsibly, because being ready for anything means preparing for a future that is still unfolding. Great job, Desert Sands. In the Banning Unified School District, students are graduating ready for anything and are preparing for a global workforce. Through the dual language immersion program, students become more than bilingual. They gain the cross-cultural competence needed in today's interconnected world. Last year, 14 students earned the California Seal of Biliteracy, and more than half of those students passed an AP language exam, which demonstrated their strong academic achievement and advanced proficiency. Soon, students will be able to earn industry certifications in interpretation and translation before graduating from high school, giving them a clear advantage in career and global opportunities. Wonderful work, Banning Unified. In the San Jacinto Unified School District, readiness starts with our youngest learners. At the Rose Salgado Elementary School 2026 Teacher of the Year, Anthony Segura, who's here with us today, created a preschool classroom where confidence, communication, and connections grow every day. Each child is greeted by name every morning, And when students belong, they thrive. One student arrived speaking only a few words and struggled to communicate with peers, but with consistent, inclusive support, that student began speaking in full sentences and successfully transitioned into a general education classroom. And that is the power of early learning. Readiness is not a simple milestone, it's growth that lasts a lifetime. Thank you, Anthony and San Jacinto Unified. Amazing work. Now, we can share about the innovative programs taking place in districts throughout our county, but as we have already experienced today, there's nothing quite like hearing directly from our students and educators. Our next conversation will paint a vivid picture of exactly what that means to be ready for anything. And today, we have a student representing the Lake Elsinore Unified School District. Please welcome Temescal Canyon High School senior Cassie Colog to the stage. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Hi, Cassie. Thank you for being here today. You know, I've had the absolute pleasure of getting to know you, and what stands out most to me is how fully you've truly embraced your high school experience. You know, we've been talking about students being ready for anything, and I know that you've been just so absolutely involved in your high school experience in the Lake Elsinore Unified School District. Can you share a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So to begin with, I'm so thankful to be here today. I'm honored. I've lived in Wildomar my entire life, and as the firstborn daughter of 2 Filipino immigrants, I've learned very early on that leveraging opportunities and making the most of what you have is so integral towards your growth. I think that's mainly the reason why I taught myself how to code in 7th grade. I taught myself how to code in Python, and I've earned the Python coding certification. I became the first in my district to do so, and I set that precedent for computer science students at Canyon Lake Middle School.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Cassie. That is both impressive and inspiring, so thank you. You know, you've clearly been intentional about your journey, but tell me, how has your school experience helped you prepare for your future goals?
So to begin with, my current goals consist of pursuing data science, specifically leveraging machine learning models as well as artificial intelligence to foster more equity in society and to make sure that AI systems are more safe. And so at the moment, I'm a senior in our Titan Engineering and Technology Academy, which was actually in the showcase. So if you're there, feel free to check it out. But within that academy, we have the opportunity to work with computer-aided design software like SolidWorks, Mastercam, and we have the opportunity to even machine those parts through our state-of-the-art Haas CNC milling machines. And so through that process, I've had the opportunity to gain so many certifications within CAD-CAM, within OSHA safety, Haas CNC milling machine operations. And from that experience, I had the privilege actually to communicate and interact with a variety of different people with different learning perspectives, even different learning backgrounds. And so having that ability to communicate with a variety of different people is, I think, something that will really benefit me as I aspire to become a data scientist.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. You know, it's so very clear that your school experience has shaped you in so many meaningful ways. Now tell me, because you have already experienced so much in your life, what are some key lessons that will guide you as you enter into this next phase?
To be quite honest, I'm a bit of a shy person. Even talking to people is quite daunting for me, but as I've gone through these 4 years of high school, I found that really branching out, putting yourself out there, finding new opportunities if you don't have access to them is equally as important as actually just going for it. And yeah, I think that's the best thing that I've done throughout my entire high school career.
Absolutely.
Just taking up different research projects and reaching out to different people.
Awesome, Cassie. Thank you so much for sharing your story and your wisdom with us today. You know, you truly embody what it means to be ready for anything, and we can't wait to see all that the future has for you.
Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause for Cassie and Lake Elsinore Unified School District. Our schools are truly helping students become ready for whatever comes next. Let's take a short video, a short look at this work in action.
Let's give another big round of applause for Cassie and to the amazing educators in the Lake Elsinore Unified School District. Now, as we come to the end of our presentation this morning, one truth stands above the rest. Our responsibility is not to design a single path for students, but it is to open many possibilities for them. It is to cultivate their creativity, strengthen student tenacity, and to anchor them in integrity. When we say Riverside County students are future-proof, we're not offering a slogan. We're affirming that they are academically prepared. We are proclaiming that they are ready to contribute to a workforce that is changing in real time, and that they possess the adaptability, the skill, and confidence to meet whatever comes next. This doesn't happen by chance, but it happens because of all of you. It happens because of your leadership, because of partnership, and an unwavering commitment to students across this county. Riverside County is not waiting for the future. We are preparing students to define it. Thank you very much for believing in our students, and God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Please welcome to the stage Assistant Superintendent of Early Education Services, Kathy King.
So we have just explored what it means for our students to be ready for college, ready for career, and ready for anything. And right here in our own backyard, partners across our region are creating opportunities for our students that did not exist before. The work takes many forms, but it moves in one direction, toward a future where our students are prepared for today's world and ready to lead in the one that follows. And now we are proud to recognize 3 leaders who are turning this commitment into action. They are creating pathways to college, connecting students to meaningful careers, and elevating the ingenuity of our students. Supported by their leadership, students are not just prepared, they are truly ready for anything. It is my pleasure to present our Future Proof Impact Award honorees.
So the Direct Admit pilot program started last year. It was piloted in Riverside County. The idea of Direct Admit is not just the beginning, but actually the culmination of all the hard work that high school students went through for the last 4 years. No longer was there the question of, am I eligible, but more of, hey, where should I go? The idea that more CSUs are now being made available to Riverside County in terms of the Direct Admit program only excites us.
One of the best things about being in the fire department is the career fulfillment that it brings. Knowing that as a member of a fire department, you're serving the community, often the ones that you live in, and that it leaves an impact that's greater than yourself.
We identified an opportunity to put together an event to actually go for our untapped talent in our county and keep our students from traveling to surrounding counties for job opportunities and keeping them here within the county of Riverside.
To prepare our next generation for anything is pouring into them, giving them that support, giving them that space to be who they are, and allowing them to grow into the next visionary, the next leader, the next change agent that this world so desperately needs. We go back into the schools and we help students realize that they can turn their dreams into a reality. I was a dreamer, I believed. I wholeheartedly believed in this, and I'm so blessed it is here. And you are gonna do the same thing. I promise you, I promise, I promise, I promise.
And now, please welcome to the stage the Riverside County Office of Education's Future Proof Impact Award recipients. The Ready for College Impact Award is being presented to the California State University System for the launch of the CSU Direct Admission Pilot Program. This award is being accepted by California State University Associate Vice Chancellor Dr. Nathan Evans and California State University San Bernardino President Tomas Morales. The Ready for Career Impact Award is being presented to CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department for the Fire Careers Expo partnership. This award is being accepted by Chief Robert Fish and retired Department Chief Bill Weiser. And the Ready for Anything Impact Award is being presented to One Love IE visionary Justin Hudson for his work inspiring entrepreneurship and empowering students to turn vision into reality. Congratulations to the Riverside County Office of Education Future Proof Impact Award honorees. Please welcome Assistant Superintendent of Leadership, Wellness, and Student Services, Stefan McPeace.
Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to our remarkable group of leaders. We know in education it takes a village to raise a child, and the role that you play in servicing our students and supporting us, we deeply appreciate that. And now, like everything we do at the Riverside County Office of Education, we start with students and we're going to close with students. As we celebrate the promise and potential of these that we serve, it is my pleasure to introduce our final performance of the afternoon. Please join me in welcoming the talented students, and you hear their pitter-patters as they come across, the Merino Mustang Singers from Moreno Valley Unified School District, and the Lil, with an L, Cubs Signers from California School from the Deaf Riverside, and they will be performing I Will Carry the Light. Their performance is a reminder that when we embrace every learner and recognize their inner strength, they truly can be ready for anything.
I will carry the light like a candle that shines in the night. I'll be a beacon that's burning bright. I will carry the like a candle that shines in the night. I'll be a beacon that's burning bright. I will carry the There's a light that's inside that I'm not gonna hide, 'cause the light will make the embers ignite. And the light that's
Wow. Can we bring the house lights up so our young scholars can see how much we appreciate them? Great job. What a powerful example of what students look like when they're ready for anything. Now we invite you to join us next door for our Future Proof Showcase. But as we close, in closing, on behalf of Dr. Edwin Gomez, our Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, we thank you for joining us today, and we ask that as you carry forward the message of carrying your light, we continue our renewed commitment to students, families in the Riverside County as a whole. Thank you all, and travel safe.